Hey, what's going on, guys? Back in the car again here. And got a nice view. It's still raining here. Springtime rain still around. I'm going to share my recent experience at an IHOP restaurant. I do not eat out very often. I probably, maybe go to a restaurant once a month. Probably less, though. And that's for any meal. That's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Usually not much more than once a month. So whether it's like going to IHOP or going to like a sit-down restaurant, like a Mexican restaurant, or even even like a Subway or like a Jersey Mike's. I guess I've done it a little bit more recently, like going to Chipotle. But for the past probably 10 years of my life, maybe once a month is when I would eat out any places, especially a sit-down restaurant. If you go to Chipotle or if you go to like a Subway, $10 to $15 you can usually pay, and you can get out of there. Obviously, that's more than you'd pay if you just ate, at home, or if you made the food. And I still didn't do that a lot, but recently I had an IHOP gift card that I got from Christmas. That shows you how often I go, right? So I still had the gift card from Christmas. I figured I'd use it. So I go to the IHOP. It's 2 people at the IHOP, right? I'm there, and the first thing I see on the door is that they don't take gift cards. So that's the first thing, is that, okay, well, I kind of planned on coming to IHOP because I had a gift card here, but no big deal, whatever. I'll just go in and, eat. I'll pay for my own food, right? I can't use the gift card. I'll have to use it another time, maybe at a different IHOP for, to be able to use the gift card. So I already know I'm going to, obviously when you go into a restaurant nowadays, you're going to end up paying a lot for it. But I didn't think it was going to be as much as it was for 2 people. There's 2 people. We both had the breakfast sampler. So it's just kind of the common thing you get there, which is like 2 pancakes, scrambled eggs, 2 pieces of bacon, 2 pieces of sausage, and hash browns. That's it. And coffee. So just 2, they bring out the thing of coffee and you get 2 cups of coffee. So the bill was like $46, and you're supposed to give a tip too. So I ended up paying over $50 just for that. And there's the mountain there. It's still snowy up there. I don't know if it's going to pick that up because it's picking up the rain. But it was over $50 for 2 people, and just eating just a breakfast, right? Now, I didn't really have to eat food the rest of the day because I was kind of full, but that shows you how expensive things are when you go to a restaurant. It's basically $25 a person, and that's not including any sort of alcohol or anything, right? We weren't drinking. It was more of a brunch, so alcohol wasn't involved. But if you start buying alcohol, you could get into the close to $50 per person range pretty quickly. And then the tip just gets higher, right? Because they still want a 15-20% tip on however much money you spend. So the more drinks, the more food you buy, the higher they want the tip to be. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, I think the result is that less people are going to go and eat out, but there were still people in there, and I think probably families and stuff are going in there, but it's going to be $100, minimum every time you go to a restaurant if you have 3 to 4 people. If it's, with the tip included and all of that. The one thing I was surprised with, though, was when I was, she said, here's the bill. You can pay cash or card. Let me know when you're ready. So I said, I'm ready. So I gave her $100 bill, and she comes back with like no change. She has the dollars, but she doesn't have the change. And then she asked me, do you want your change? And I said, yes, I want my change. I didn't know that was a thing where they just don't bring back the coins anymore. So it was like 80 cents that I don't want to seem like I'm being like needy, but when I give you the change, when I give you the bill, I expect to be given my change. When I give you $100 bill, unless you're going to give me $1 more, like she it's not like she gave me $1 more. She wanted to just not give me the 80 cents. And of course, 80 cents isn't a lot of money. It's not like 80 cents is going to make or break my day, but it's the principle of why is it okay to just think that you don't have to give someone back the right amount of change? I'm already paying $50 for a breakfast that, most people in the comments would say would cost less than $7-8 to make, maybe $10 for 2 people, with the coffee and the 4 pancakes and the scrambled eggs and the sausage and the bacon, maybe $10, $10 to $15 maybe. So I get it. I mean, they're not making a ton of money either. The people that are waiting the tables or serving, they rely on tips, and the restaurant is overcharging everyone so that they make their profit and can be profitable. But I felt a little funny having to be asked if I wanted my money back. Of course, when you give someone the money, you expect to be given the change back. And I don't know, it almost made me feel like I was being a bad guy for asking. Like the way she asked me the question, it made it seem like I should just be okay with not getting my money back. Like it was a big inconvenience for her to go get the change. She made it seem like they didn't have coins. And I said, oh no, I would like my change, please. And so she went back and, a minute later had my change. But I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Has that ever happened to you where they're trying to give you less money or not give you the change back? I mean, I get it. It's only 80 cents, but it's really the principle of, we're already overpaying for the food. I'm already expected to tip you. I'm going to spend over $50 on somewhat of a basic breakfast. And then we have to deal with not getting your change back, right? So it's kind of petty, I know, but still, it's just the principle of it. We're already, like I said, we're already expected to tip. We're already expected to pay a high price to eat at the restaurant. Like I already said, I don't eat out often at all because it's so expensive. And the food's not that great. I mean, you feel kind of sick the rest of the day when you eat out at one of these restaurants because the food quality is not that great. Like at IHOP or at any of the fast food places or the sit-down restaurants. It's something I like to do, once a month, maybe, just because it's it's like an indulgence. But anything more than that, I really wouldn't want to do it. Another thing was, this is the last thing I'm going to say about it, I couldn't sit in a booth. So they had half the restaurant closed because there wasn't a lot of people in there. I understand that. But then there's people that have, there's one person in a booth that sits 4 people, and they have like multiple people like that. And then there's a booth in the back that they say, oh, that's only for parties and you can't sit there. And multiple people, when they came in, were trying to sit in that booth. And she had to tell the people, oh, you can't sit there. It's only for parties. Like she had to say that to every person. Because obviously people would rather sit in a booth than sit like on a table. You can't lean back against the wall. You can't, it's just more comfortable in a booth. If you've ever been to IHOP, you know what I mean. So anyways, that's the rant for the day. The rant's over. You guys let me know what you think. You can subscribe if you want. This is just a totally random topic, but I thought it would be interesting to capture the moment of my IHOP experience. Anyways, have a good one. We'll see you on the next one.